私は雪風。Taimanin水木雪風の影のようなものよ。私はあの子のように甘くはないわ。断罪してやる。やっライトニングパニッシュ。
What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Hardcorn, and we're back today with even more Taimanins. You know them, I love them, and we're certainly going to be talking about today a long-awaited addition, Clone Yukikaze. We're going to see how she plays, what she can do, what she brings to the table for you, and if she's going to be worth your gems or not. Now let's get started. So for starters, Clone Yukikaze is an assist human type supporter. Would have thought she would have been a machine, but hey, here we are. At level 87, her stats look like a little like this, and I'll have her other levels as well. Her extremely high attack makes it so that she's going to be absolutely punishing her enemies in every way, shape, or form. Call her Frank Castle because she's stacked up in terms of damage. She's also very frail, so you have to watch out and make sure you get the job done in 1 or 2 shots. Her weapons will vary in terms of what you're going to want to accomplish. She comes with Plasma Punisher, her own blue lightsaber, a skill damage modifier weapon, her Momochi weapon, which is actually a really good pick on her. Heaven's Road is her gacha weapon, which actually has a really neat interaction with her Taimanin art, which we'll show soon and I'll put it up on screen. With the upon usage of skills, it requires a percentage of lost HP, and it makes all of her damage increase by 15%. Absolutely nuts stuff because you can actually use this as a very consistent form of healing. Her package weapon is going to be Eclipse. It halves the values of her super concentrated and release state, but it also makes the lightning punisher of stuff become more valuable in the first place, going from 120 to 240 and 24 to 48% more skill damage. Honestly, this is one, it's like some other characters when they get their package weapon, it's very important for them, and others they can live without it. Yukikaze here is very versatile and can go into many sort of situations and run both SR, UR content as well. So we'll take a look at some of her costumes. We got her default one, the Highway Angels, Rival costume, Bunny Girl, her Time of Trainer's outfit, the bathrobe, that one sweater, you all know it, and her Peerless Beauty outfit. So for her Affinity, it's going to be level 5, it's more arena coins. Level 10, more arena coins. Level 15, plus 2 to your BP. And at level 20, it's more arena coins. So she'll end at 15% more arena coins and plus 2 BP. Of course, like any new character, they're going to have themselves a pretty nuts passive, and Yukikaze here does not slouch. She has Lightning Bolt Punisher, which is melee attacks fill the super concentrated gauge, which is the blue side, and then ranged attacks fill the super release, the red side. Different effects are granted depending on the state. So for maximum super concentrated, attack 40, speed 10, concentrated, attack 30, normal state no effects, release state, critical damage 50%, and in super release, crit 70, with electrocuting 2 random enemies every 14 seconds. Very, very strong values in both of them. So now I'll move on to the actual skills themselves. First off is Mjolnir Impact. It's a gigantic Buster Wolf that she shoots towards the enemy. This is the second time in the game's history that we have a 2-stage charging skill. Asagi has one, well had one until they changed it, and now Yukikaze has one that actually takes a lot less time to charge and is much more useful. This thing is nuts, because all it does is a level 2, it makes the range go from 50% to 100%, and it covers pretty much everything. That's not only, it's not just a big beam, it creates a gigantic column in front of her. So it goes from a tight to wide situation. Not only can it reduce defense, it has its built-in damage boost and crit boost. It's quite literally the all-in-one skill we've been looking for, and it's honestly like the best thing she has. It's the most fun to use, and it's extremely versatile because she can just go from a distance and deal like 10 million damage. It's that good. Thunderblade Frenzy is honestly one of her weaker skills that I don't really find a lot of fun using. It increases speed, more attacks, more skill damage. If the enemies aren't moving very much or they're fixed in a location, this will probably do a lot better for her. But in reality, it's a much safer situation. This skill isn't that great, it's not very fun to use, and I don't really like using it at all. So I'll move on to her Taimanin art type shooter. So instead of being basic attacks where she just slashes people with lightning swords, now she shoots people with them. This has a unique interaction with one of her weapons in the fact that this counts every time she does her basics, it counts as skill usage. So it does like great damage, and it also, each one of these shots pierce too. And on the final form, when she does the big double palm blast, that has super armor, so you can actually get it off whether you like to or not. It's quick, it's simple, and it's honestly like the preferred method for her to deal damage from a distance. At least until when Mjolnir Impact comes back up. Blinking Thunderstep, the clone itself also is taking ideas and skills from other characters as well. We see this one with Oboro and Sue where they have their drill dash and go through people. This is a nice versatile item where it has multiple faceted effects that can slot into any colored build. This is something you would really take if you had 4 slots. Now we go over to Akatsuki. This is like Rin's Voltstorm, or whatever it's called. This thing is extremely versatile, but it's also, it may look like it's, range like hers, it's in fact melee. This thing is nuts. It deals tons of damage, it has utility, and it also has suction built in as well. So it takes Rin's problem where it doesn't have like, if she whiffs the skill, the enemies will just walk away from it. Enemies are not walking away from this. She will pull them in and totally mess them up. I really, really appreciate that. It's nice for just like sweeping events and everything, so that's really what it's good for. Because you can still be attacked inside it and still take a huge amount of damage, and also get knocked out of it, so you have to watch out if there's a dangerous enemy there, or if you're fighting multiple enemies at once, and you'll just probably eat it at that point. But the fact that it has AoE defense down, and also Blue Yukikaze here introduces critical resistance down by a percentage. So it's useful in a team scenario, it's useful for herself, it's just an all-around good skill to have, especially when you're trying to build your melee. So now we go over to Lightning Web. This skill is an AoE control piece. You throw it down, have small enemies get sucked up into the area, and either drop something like Mjolnir Impact, Phantom Lightning, Thunderblade, Akatsuki, anything that takes advantage of enemies in a small space. This also has utility with large range, solid damage, and in green it's able to throw down a 20% speed debuff. This web does not last very long. You have to either position yourself to either get in or get out of doing something. Like, you throw down Lightning Web, you'll probably only get time to charge up Mjolnir Impact one stage close, and if you try to use it as an escape tool, you're able to get full charge Impact. Regardless though, it's still a nice tool to use in most situations, especially when you're alone and you have to, solve the problem of dealing damage or make the escape to Turtle. Because now we move over to Special Optical Camouflage. This one is like Hebiko's special, where she does an extreme dodge, recovers HP, and she looks like she should be rendered invisible, when in reality, she isn't. The reason why Hebiko's works so well is because she provides a taunt that lets enemies attack that, and also like Phantasma's as well. This, however, is inferior version to that, I'd say, because it only recovers HP once per second. It's not as fast as Shisui's or Hebiko's, where they acquire tons and tons of HP, where they just effectively turtle for hours on end. This, on the other hand, you're going to either recover for a long time, make her go faster, or get more at the same time. Because at a 14-second cooldown, you won't see this too much. You're going to need something like Lanzang behind you to make this actually a manageable cooldown. But when you use a skill, depending on if you do have the side effect, you get the instant 10% HP recovery, and if you don't, you're not going to get any recovery. So now we're going to move over to Phantom Lightning. This is obviously very similar to Shiranui's Yukingoku. However, the clone takes its own spin on it when you actually have all the stuff together. At least when you have at least a 2 slot inside, because it changes it from going to Yukingoku to the spears train that it has when Shiranui has her Taimanin art equipped. This is a very, very devastating skill, especially when you have a straight line attack and it just, bowls them straight over. It's a ton of hits all together, so it has a nice shotgun blast effect. It's good, but it doesn't feel as good as hitting a multi-million Mjolnir impact. So now I move over to Lightning Summon. The clone now takes Mugenhoe from Rinko and applies it to herself. This is what the skill should have been in the first place, and it even has a similar animation. The bullets are faster, they hit harder, and also when they make an impact, they create a massive explosion that hits multiple times. It's a very worthwhile upgrade compared to what she's taking it from. So now we're going to move over to Lightning Waltz. This is the same input as Lightning Summon, but it's the melee version. This one applies a pretty solid defense down so that you can get a whole group of enemies just softened up to prepare for the impact. And then it also has range boost and groggy. So they have pretty much a plan on what they want you to use these for. So then let's see what she looks like in more of a combat setting. Now, wasn't that something? Now let's come to some conclusions about her. Clone Yukikaze is a very, very fun addition to the game. However, in my travels and some playtime with her, I really feel like they give you a choice between you can build melee, you can build range. But what it all comes down to is getting off the Mjolnir impact. That is the big damage skill that she relies on so much because it has extreme range It's good with no support, it's good with support. It goes pretty much in all fields. And also they really want you to commit to a specific attacking type, because some skills actually have that two-part to them where it deals melee and range damage, or vice versa. This will cause it to eat into your bar, to say the least. There's 3 stages into there, and when you're in that 3rd stage, it's about 10 hits inside that to keep the bar going and to stay in the top end of your range. Green is the way to go with her. It feels fantastic. It's got all the stuff she wants and all the stuff she needs, because it gives her a crowd control utility and a character who has very minimal of that stuff. Like, it's her only slow, but she has a lot of AoE coverage to, hit multiple enemies at once, because the best defense is offense, and she certainly packs a punch there. So what about it? Is she going to be worth your gems or not? The fact that she has a critical damage SR in the first place is fantastic. That's a very cheap option, and it will maintain its value throughout the entire life of your account. I mean, I'm using it now, and I've been using it the entire time, because it's so cheap, it's extremely efficient, and it's competitive with her upper tier weapons, because you can get tons of copies of her SR weapon for next to nothing, while you have to pay serious money and massive luck to get anything else. She's versatile with her green build. It heals, she's got healing, she has crowd control, she can burst down just about anything. You feel really strong when you're using her. It's so good. So I'd say she's worth it. I wouldn't get her as soon as you start off your account, because even though Miss Big Booty over here knows how to really throw it back, she's going to probably need a little bit of materials behind her to really give it her fullest potential. But when you can finally give her the chance and give her what she needs, she will carry you to the mountaintop. It's been your boy Hardcorn. Thank you for coming by and learning about Cologne Yukikaze. Love you guys. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, rate, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.